big beautiful world called planet Earth. So today is the final day of April, which means that I thought I'd talk about it, seeing as how the NFL draft is over. Now, I'm not going to go through every single draft pick that happened over this weekend because there's like 200 and something, and that would take way too long to go through. So I'm going to focus on the ones that my team selected, and they didn't select anyone until the third round, the 87th overall pick in the NFL draft. And then I'm going to go through every single draft pick that they selected from round 3 all the way to round 7. So the first pick they picked was safety Jair Brown, J-I-Apostrophe-A-Y-I-R Brown from Penn State. The next pick they picked was also in the third round, the 99th overall pick, which was the kicker named Jake Moody from Michigan. Then, and also in the third round, the 101st pick overall was tight end Cameron Latu from Alabama. Then in the fifth round, the 155th overall pick, they got cornerback Darrell Wooter Jr. from South Alabama. In the fifth round, the 173rd overall pick, they picked a defensive lineman, Robert Beal Jr. from Georgia. Moving on to the sixth round, the 216th overall pick, they picked a linebacker, D. Winters from TCU. The seventh round, the 247th overall pick, they picked tight end Braden Willis from Oklahoma. Another seventh round pick, the 253rd overall, they picked a wide receiver, Ronnie Bell from Michigan. Also from the seventh round, the 255th overall pick, they picked linebacker Jalen Graham from Purdue, and that's it. So those are the picks. So most of those picks are from the defensive side. There were a couple offensive players. Now I don't know anything about them because I've heard of the school of Michigan. I've heard the school of Alabama, even South Alabama, TCU. I've heard that school before. Other than that, there's not. I've heard of all the schools, but I just don't know as much about those said schools than I do about the top Power 5 teams like Alabama, like Michigan, like TCU. Those are some of the South Alabama is not a well-known college football school, but they're still a college football school, and it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with these guys because you got Wisnowski, he's a great kicker. You've got George Kittle. You've got Brandon Ayuk. You've got Juwan Jennings. They have some great wide receivers, tight ends, kicker. They got a great kicker. They've got some great defensive linemen. They've got, so who knows how these players are gonna fare in this new season when it starts in August. That's usually when the preseason starts is in August. So that's quite a ways away. But so since Thursday to Saturday, they had the NFL draft where there was the first two rounds were. No, maybe it was just first round. The first round, maybe the first two rounds. No, I think it was the first round was on Thursday. Then they had round 2 and 3 on Friday, and then yesterday they had every other round from round 4 to round 7, all in one go. So the first day there was 31 picks. They usually have 32, so there's one less pick in on the first round, and it's just going to be interesting to see, not just for San Francisco, but other teams as well. That to see how well they do with their new draft picks and their current roster, and because at some point, I don't know if it's in July or June, they have to cut the squad down to 53 players, because that's what it is now. You have 53 players on each team, whether it could be special teams, defense, offense, all of it. 53 players. And then they have some that are on the practice squad, which I don't know anything much about that. But I do know some players, like know some. I mean, like, I've heard of them because I've watched the Niners for the past, I want to say, 30-something years. 34 years, even though I don't follow them some years I didn't follow them as closely as other years, I still followed them. See how they were doing. I can't wait for the new NFL season in August. But that's all I wanted to discuss today, was just telling you the picks that the 49ers made. Who knows if they're going to actually sign these individuals? They might not. I'm not 100% certain on that. I mean, we could use some more tight ends. We could use some more wide receivers. We could. I'm not too sure about this kicker situation. That was kind of a surprise to many 49ers fans, because we do have Wisniewski on our team, and we also have that Carolina Panthers guy that they signed as the punter, or no, it's the kick place. I don't know what the other guy does. Is he a kicker, I think, or he's a punter or something along those lines. Anyways, so that's all I wanted to discuss. We got a bunch of birthdays to wish today, so let's just. Oh, and I want to say goodbye to April, because May starts tomorrow technically. So I want to wish. Let's dive into this. So Olivia D. Gonje, a happy. I probably butchered that. It's DEGJONGE. Happy 25th birthday to her. Happy 35th birthday to Anya de Armas. Happy birthday to Gal Gadot. Happy birthday to Marina Squersati. SQUERCIATI. And happy 40th birthday to Lily Goachi Mir. And that's it for birthdays in the month of April. So there are 2 birthdays tomorrow. Then we got 3 birthdays on the 2nd of May. And then there's a few birthdays on the 3rd. So with that being said, stay happy, stay upbeat, be who you want to be, and do what you want to do with your life. Find your love story, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog. Bye-bye.